Hey, everybody, welcome back to the SCB Steelers Podcast presented by DEK Roofing Incorporated of South Florida. Thank you very much to the Variety Sports Network for the platform, and also thank you to Frank Walker Law over my shoulder there for sponsoring our podcast studio here. Hope everybody is doing well. We are officially well into the off season now, and hopefully we are now past the Steelers' former player soap opera as well, but I'm sure somebody will probably bring that back up at some point as well. What the hell are you going to do? Hello, Cliff. Hello, everybody that is joining us. We know it's the off season and many of you go off, do other things, but we really appreciate you taking the time to be with us, and whether live or on your own, we definitely appreciate it. Tonight is always a special night. We've been doing this for a few years now. This is our annual Blitzies program. I guess I would best describe it in the spirit, if you are familiar with Michael Scott and The Office, who hosted not once but several times the Dundies, the very famous awards for Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. We have some awards that are legit, but we also have some that are just merely for our opportunities to laugh and have a good time. Let's put it that way. Anyway, Ian's here, Scarp's here. Ben is, I think, here. He looks like he's in the audio at this time. Not real sure what maybe the dog is farting again. I don't know. But anyway, gentlemen, I hope you are well. It's been very spring-like here lately. And that's probably going to end by the weekend. Cold and snow coming back in. But anyway, oh boy, let's see. Sharon Rodgers. It's outstanding. And Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Okay, explain.
It's another office reference.
Office reference.
Okay, well, I'm still working my way through every single episode of every single season, so
Yeah.
I'm not totally up to date on all the lingo just yet, but I'm getting there.
That was like season 2.
Okay, well, I started season 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I'd seen the Dundies before, a lot of episodes, but I've just never actually sat down and watched it all the way through, so... Anyway, okay, so just a couple of current items before we get to our awards program this evening. First of all, the Chicago Bears look very much like they are about ready to head out of Chicago and head to Hammond, Indiana. The government in Indiana literally bending over backwards to get the Bears to come there, while the government in Illinois is like just sitting there punching themselves in the balls, trying to figure this out. And I don't know. That obviously for us as Steeler fans, knowing that the lease comes up with Acrisure Stadium in 2030, it makes us wonder. So are we still all on board, Ian, with I don't know. I believe it was, what was it called? Rock Bottom?
that was a joke that Ben threw out in the chat today, that they were going to move to McKees Rocks, and I said that there's tons of old industrial space in the McKees Rocks bottoms down by the river, but the traffic situation would just be horrible there. So no, I mean, the Rooneys want to stay on the north side, and I got to think that now that the city has a competent mayor, if he's still there, they'll try and do what they can to keep them there. Mm-hmm. Space is an issue, but they've figured it out for a while. They've got a lot going down there, but a lot of teams, San Francisco, some other one, Chicago, Cleveland, have all moved a half hour to 45 minutes outside the city and been able to build a whole complex with training facilities, and then you control the parking and all that other stuff. So there's a lot of moving pieces as well. The Sports and Exhibition Authority is a partial owner of Acrisure Stadium, Heinz Field, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be
it outright.
They do. It's between them, the Steelers, and Pitt. It's a weird scenario, but yeah.
I thought the Steelers had no ownership; they just leased it, and then
they do,
understood
but
it.
kind of like an exclusive tenant, right? Like the
Right.
sports authority can't kick them out.
Right.
So
Well, I mean, the whole thing is it's a pattern. Okay, there was a time when teams moved out of the cities, they went to the suburbs. Then there was this reemergence of teams building back inside the city limits, and now it feels like we're going back to that, moving out again. I mean, look, Hammond, Indiana is roughly 25 minutes from downtown Chicago. I've driven it a bazillion times in my lifetime. It's not that bad of a drive. The problem is Hammond is literally there's nothing there. I mean, it's right outside Gary, Indiana. It's obviously, as Ben mentioned in our chat today, that the price is probably really, really good, and I have no doubt that it is. It's essentially swampland in there. So, will they change to the Indiana Bears or the I don't know. It's going to be hilarious.
no, they're not. I
They'll
mean,
still be the
you got
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I
two
think
teams
so.
named New York that have played in New Jersey for.
Oh yeah, no, I
mean,
get it.
the 49ers play in Santa Clara,
Mhm.
and that's all the way down the peninsula. Or
well, those are in the same
down the East
states
Bay.
though. Well, no,
Yeah.
the New York one's not.
same
That
state,
example's
but
not.
I mean, it's not. South Bay and San Francisco are not close to one another at all, and logistically, it's a giant pain in the ass to get there.
Yeah.
Even if you take the train, it's still an hour.
Yeah, I am hopeful that, I mean, and I don't, you guys know this better than me, but I mean, in a perfect world, wouldn't it be better really if Pitt just had their own stadium and facilities closer to campus? Wouldn't that benefit us tremendously?
In Oakland, but where would you build it?
I'm not saying that there's not
just-
issues.
There's no place to put it. That's the problem.
Right. What where their former stadium was? What's there now?
The Peterson Event Center,
Mhm.
and then they just built a new facility across the street from it. As many of you know, I don't really like to talk politics. I mean, I will if I have to, but
Sure.
this is a classic example. Well, it's not as simple as like politicians suck, but that's part of it's part of it.
Yeah.
But number two is it public funding? Is it private funding? The owner of the owner of the Broncos, who owns, I believe they own Walmart or something like that.
Yeah.
They're building a new stadium, or they have plans to build a new stadium, and all of it is private funding.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the best way you can go, because it's your money, and
Right.
as long as you have the permits and all that shit. But
Just like Jerry Jones building his own stadium, and the reason he did that was not so that he did. It wasn't that he didn't want public funding. It was that he didn't want to share revenues.
well, there's the money to be made, and then at the end of the day, people want people want a slice of the pie. It's
Right.
and also, Jerry had the money to do that, right? He had the
Well, no,
funds. or
he
had-
financed it. He
yeah,
financed
so it's
it.
like you could go that route, but I'm sorry, Art Rooney II is not going that route.
No. No.
And they had DMR, rest in peace. He also didn't go that route. But if you're, so the way I look at it is like, okay, if you're Chicago and if you're Illinois, why would you want to lose the Bears? They're one of the original teams.
Yep.
Getting like the Giants and the Jets have always played, not always,
No.
East Rutherford. Most of the time they
Well,
played at East Rutherford.
the Jets played at Shea Stadium for a while.
And then the Giants played at Yankee
The
Stadium.
Yankee
I'm assuming.
Stadium.
But
Yep.
they've been playing at the Meadowlands since what, 67?
Long time.
Before the merger.
Yep.
Like, so, it can be done. But the Chicago Bears should not be playing fucking football in Hammond, Indiana.
No.
Like, no
I
disrespect.
agree, but
Um,
I mean, yeah.
but you know what? There's always shit you gotta hand. Like, this is just the way it is. So like, I can understand why.
Mhm.
I can understand both sides of it, but like I think this is going to be an ongoing thing as the game gets bigger, as the salary cap increases, as the league makes more money, that teams that are due for upgrades are going to want to go all out, and there will be issues about who's paying for it.
Yeah.
It's the long game. It's not just about football.
No.
It's about how many activities, how many events you can host throughout the course of the year, and how much cash that brings in. And the cash-rich teams have things going on year-round.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh is not a cash-rich team. They're not.
Jerry World has something going every week.
And the practice,
the fucking
hockey,
the fucking hockey stadium in Pittsburgh has something going every week.
Yeah, good point.
Music, events, they got all kinds of shit in there, and you wonder, if that just isn't the way of the world now. I get it, I do, and I don't know that it's possible because they're going to have to build something, and I don't know that it is possible to stay on the north side.
Ian, if the Rolling Stones or Kenny Chesney hold a concert at Acrisure, do the Steelers make any money off of that?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Ryan might know.
They have to.
Yeah,
there has to be some sort of
thing
because there is because season ticket holders have seat licenses. You do have some first rights to certain tickets to certain events. Now, big shows like that, I know what they've done is no matter how many seat licenses you have, if you have 6, you might be eligible for 2 tickets or something like that.
Yeah.
But so they have more general admission tickets that they can sell. But I know that Taylor Swift and big concerts that have come through, Steelers seat license holders, because they have the license to those seats in that stadium, do get a first right to tickets to some of those events too.
Yeah,
which makes your seat license more valuable if there's some more stuff going on.
Sure, you know what? I'll ask Craig. Craig would probably know that too.
Again,
I get a chance.
It's about revenue sharing. It's about the fact that they have to share whatever those revenues are with essentially their landlord when they have events, and they also don't have the concession for the parking,
Yeah,
which is it's huge, man.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
The city owns and collects all the, well, I guess the parking authority, but it's part of the city.
Right.
I thought the Steelers though are the main, the burden falls on the Steelers, not Pitt. The Steelers are the ones responsible for that stuff. It's not Pitt.
That is the way it's written up. That's correct.
Yeah.
So then they would get revenue from it because
they get revenue, but they have to share it. And they're not sharing it with Pitt. They're sharing it with the county, which
they're sharing. Yeah, they're sharing it with their landlord and everybody else.
Yeah. If they owned their own stadium, they could do all kinds of things there. I mean, you go to the Seahawks stadium, they don't just have a stadium; they have buildings built around it where you can pre-funk before the game. You can't get into the game, but you can go into these places and you can buy food and you can buy drinks. And guess who's making the money from that?
Yeah. And that's
you're just going in there and you're hanging out. And basically all it is just a giant convention center that is attached to the stadium.
That's another good point is that when these teams are building these new stadiums, they're not just building a stadium, they're building a venue. They're building a place.
An experience.
So and Jerry World was sort of the model for it. But if you even look at the Browns potential stadium.
Yeah, dude. That's gonna be $4 billion.
You don't even have to go to the game. You fucking go there, you drink some beer, you watch the game from 500 yards away, but you're still there. I think that and the Steelers kind of have that a little bit with the North Shore, but it's not the same. The North Shore isn't just anyway.
Exactly.
Is there, to kind of wrap up the topic, and I know we'll revisit it because shit will happen and it'll come back up, but is there a way to create something, Ben, like what you're talking about that Seattle has around Acrisure to make it a little more like that? Or is it just it's just
there isn't
no room.
enough room on the north side to do what they've done in Seattle. There's definitely not enough room to do what they've done in LA and Dallas. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it if you knocked down PNC Park.
So you're talking that far. You would need that much room.
Don't have the space.
Okay.
You do not have it. And I mean, I don't know, maybe if you knock down the Post Gazette buildings and put parking garages there,
going out of business.
It might be available.
If you knocked those down and then put up parking garages in its place, maybe. But then, like, what are you going to do? You're going to tailgate in the parking garages? We're going to have layers of parking of tailgating. Yeah,
that's Detroit.
We're on third level gold this weekend.
Well, maybe we can just fill in the river.
Yeah, probably not.
Seems
anyway, yeah, no, you just don't have the space there, and it's already been developed, and it is what it is.
Yeah,
you're gonna knock down the Museum of Science and Industry. I mean, no.
They're just real quick too. The Northwestern University is building a new stadium. They call it a renovation there at Ryan Field, but it's basically a brand new thing. It's not big. It's only about 35,000 seats. But the way they have built this thing is incredible. The sight lines and the way they keep the fans close to the game. And I know the Buffalo is attempting to do very similar something to that. So I'm really curious to see if that becomes a thing too with stadiums that are being built, such as Denver and maybe what Cleveland does south of Cleveland there too. So we shall see. Two other topics I wanted to touch on before we get into our annual Blitzie Awards. One is Nick Herbig and the other is Sharon Frogers, which we'll get to that shortly. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen some stuff, a lot of NFL beat writers and stuff talking about what the Steelers will do with Nick Herbig. Because they've got both Watt and Highsmith, and so do you try to trade this guy in his last year, get something for him?
Here's a guy.
Yeah. Ian, what would you do right now with him, Nick Herbig?
Yeah, so we talked about this a few weeks ago when we discussed kind of the roster situation and all that. And it is a conundrum because Watt is under contract. He's tradable, but not really cuttable at this point. But who's going to take on that contract?
Right.
Highsmith was your best edge rusher when he was healthy, and he has 2 years left on his deal. Herbig is an up-and-coming young player, was second on the team in sacks, and had more sacks than TJ Watt in about half the amount of snaps. And the Steelers' philosophy has always been to draft and develop their own players. So it's a numbers game at this point. I mean, if it's me, I'm doing everything I can to try and keep him here. I think they should offer him a contract extension this offseason. I don't know if he would be smart to take it or test the market.
Right.
If he doesn't take it, they can always franchise him, which if the thing you can do if you franchise him is Highsmith has 2 years left on his deal. So you could, in theory, and I think Watt has a couple years until he's like cuttable too.
Until his guarantees are paid out.
Yeah. So you could, in theory, let Herbig play out this year, franchise him next year, and then be in a spot where Highsmith's contract is up, so Herbig becomes your other
slides
starter.
right in.
Yeah. That's kind of the worst case scenario because franchise tags never go over well with players, and it damages the relationship between the players and the team. They would be really stupid to trade him because he's a young player who's coming into his own now. But with this new, staff, who knows what's going to happen because who knows what they're going to want to do. So I kind of feel like logically anything's on the table because this new staff might be like, oh, we have a young asset that has a year left and we have 2 entrenched starters. We'll just trade our young players away, which never works out well for people. Which that's the dumb move, but they've made plenty of dumb moves the last couple off seasons.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Ben, what's your feeling on him as of right now on February 19th?
Well, the linchpin regarding that decision is the fact that TJ Watt has 2 years
Mm-hmm.
for a total of $64 million remaining on his contract that are fully guaranteed. So even if you trade him right now, you're not going to get much back.
Right.
My opinion. You
Not
might get
not like you would have a year or two ago.
no, for sure. Like if they traded him instead of extending him, they would have gotten a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They would have gotten like a giant haul, like a couple of first-round picks and a premium player in return. As things stand, the year he just had, whoever acquires him acquires those guarantees. You're not getting a lot.
No.
I mean, I hesitate to guess what it's going to be, but it's not going to be a lot. It would take somebody really stupid like the Raiders to pay you too much for Watt.
It's always somebody.
To give up a first-round pick. I mean, I don't know, but back to your point, to the question at hand. Yeah. I would extend Herbig. I would offer him the deal that or a commensurate deal along the lines of what Highsmith is making, which is 17 and change on average. And I'd make it short. I'd say 3 years, and then at 3 years, you're back on the market again. You're still a young man. You can do this again, and at that point, maybe you're in the $40 million stratosphere.
Scarps, would you entertain a trade for Alex Highsmith?
No.
I mean, everybody has a price, right?
Yeah,
I'd trade a lot.
I would just say that, and this is, and I posted this earlier today, is that it's a new era of Steelers football. Yes, Art is still the principal owner, president, whatever, but they need to trim the fat, right? They need to really think about who's currently on this roster. Who's going to be on this roster next year, 3 years from now? And, I said this last year before they fucking extended TJ to that massive deal. I said they really need to think about the long-term implications of signing a guy like this. And you know what? He was not good last year. And I want to give him benefit of the doubt. He obviously had that freak injury at the end of the year, but he was not good before that. And to me, it's clear that they thought that Mike Tomlin was going to be around and fulfill his contract and then whatever happened, whatever. But Mike Tomlin's not here anymore. TJ Watt has never won a playoff game. Cam Hayward's been part of one playoff win. Patrick Queen fucking talks more shit online than he does make plays. Like all these Jalen Ramsey, all these fucking Aaron Rodgers, get all these fucking people out of here. I don't give a shit. But I used to be critical of her, not critical of Herbig. I was critical of the fans that wanted to sort of crown him early.
Good point.
But I can't let a guy like that walk without at least offering him a deal. And that means that TJ Watt is the odd man out, because Alex Highsmith, everyone says he's always hurt. He's actually only ever had injuries the past 2 seasons. And he's been more productive than Watt the past 2 seasons. And Watt has played in more games. So, I can't let Nick Herbig walk.
It'd be stupid if we did.
So,
when we have the franchise tag to use, it would be dumb.
But they're probably not going to get. But they're probably not going to get a lot for Watt. But like at the same time,
but you acknowledge your mistake. I mean, Ian and I have talked about sunk costs on this show so many fucking times.
Sunken costs. I love it.
It is what it is. It's a sunk cost.
Yeah.
You fucked up. Okay, you should not have written that contract, even though we all knew it was going to happen.
Yep.
We knew it was coming. We knew there was no way they were going to let him walk because he's a Hall of Famer. Blah blah blah. They shouldn't have written that contract because the market had been skewed by the fucking Browns again because they want to fuck themselves, fuck the whole rest of the league, pay the Cleveland tax.
They did a great job of it.
God, I fucking hate them. Fucking idiots. So yeah, they had to overpay Watt, and yeah, he had a terrible year, in my opinion, at least for a $40 million player.
Yes.
You know, if he was making $10 million, I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, he had a pretty good year. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Making $40 million. So yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah. So again, in my opinion, you trade him. You're not going to get much. You need to prepare yourselves to get like a third or fourth round pick in return.
Yeah.
And maybe have to pay some of his contract to make it go away. And that's what teams do when they sign bad contracts. What do I think the Steelers are going to do? I think they are going to offer Herbig a contract, which he is going to turn down.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to bet on himself. They're going to say, okay, Nick, that's fine. They're going to let TJ play one more year into this contract. And then they are going to trade him away after this season. They're going to franchise Herbig. And Highsmith is still, when Highsmith is healthy, he's incredibly productive.
Yeah.
Trading away Highsmith, in my opinion, would be stupid. Stupid.
Now you said trade Watt after next year.
After 26.
Would there even be a market for him if he has another year like he had?
Depending. I mean, basically you're betting on Watt having an improved season and making people believe that he can be the player that he was. Because right now the trade market for Watt is shit. And honestly, next season it's not going to be worse. If he has another lackluster year, it isn't going to get worse. It can only get better. So you basically bet on that and you play the long game. Yeah, and Watt, you know, for all we know, Watt wants a trade now.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Maybe he's gone to them and said, I want a trade. I don't want to be part of this rebuild. It's going to be a long, long time. We're not going to win anything. You know, and I don't really, honestly, like with defensive players, I don't really, like Scarf keeps saying, well, Watt hasn't won anything. Cam only won one playoff game, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't really do that with defensive players. I do that with quarterbacks. Because quarterbacks they set the tone. If you don't have good quarterback play, you ain't winning. When it comes down to the end of the game, you got 2 minutes left and you're down by 4 and you need a touchdown, it's the quarterback who drives that bus. It's the quarterback who wins those games.
I mean, TJ Watt could make a fucking play, but whatever.
Yeah, well, and that's why I stayed quiet, Scarps. I thought you'd come with that.
I know, Ben, I'm being a dick, but also like you're not wrong, but also like fuck, man, like you're making all that money.
Make a play.
I mean, if you're making $40 million, I agree with you. You need to make fucking plays in those moments. Like you're compensated to make plays in those moments, and if you can't do it, you're significantly overpaid.
So, do you guys know how many?
But honestly, I mean, the edge market is so ridiculously fucking out of whack. Yeah. I swear to God, it is fucking ridiculous.
Do you know how many sacks Cam Hayward has in 9 career playoff starts?
Cam?
1? I don't know.
1?
Yeah, he has
I would guess 1. Yeah,
he has 1. What year was it?
How many tackles for loss does he have?
4.
2011, 2012.
His sack was in 2015. He has 4 tackles for loss in 9 postseason starts.
It speaks for itself.
I'm just saying, like,
I get it.
I mean, like, what? Like,
Look, I'm not going to beat up on Cam. I think Cam had a good year. He did. He was our best
I'm not
defensive
talking
lineman
about
again. But what that speaks to more than anything else, in my opinion, is the Steelers' lack of ability to draft defensive linemen. It's like, what the fuck? Why is your 36-year-old defensive lineman still your best guy? Why is he the best guy in the unit?
Is Mark Malone saying TJ's going to be better without Tomlin?
I'm gonna put some words in Mark Malone's mouth and just assume that what he's saying is that
Mark, we're talking about
better-
the average he's making, and yes, it is 40. It's actually over 40.
Yeah, that a better or a different system will utilize his talents better. I'm going to assume that's what Mark's saying.
And
I mean, and honestly,
could.
I hope Mark is right,
I do
Yeah,
too.
good.
but
I
I
do
don't
too.
I don't see it happening. And
Yeah.
you know,
And I think-
go ahead.
No, I think that's why Ben's right here, that I think they're not going to trade Watt this year. They're going to let Watt play out another year with a new staff and see how he does. And if he has a year similar to this year, then they probably move on next offseason. But I think the lack of a trade market because of how much guaranteed money he has left is going to make him basically untradeable this offseason. Or they'll have to take on a significant portion of his salary to do it.
Yeah, that's fair, Ian.
Not to mention the fact that if they trade him next year, they actually pick up $2 million in cap savings.
okay.
They're going to have $20 million in dead money if they trade him next year. If they traded him, and they pick up $22 million in cap space, so the net is
Yeah. The other guy I wanted to mention, there are a couple of NFL insiders this week claim, and I quotations around that, that they're not entirely convinced Aaron Rodgers is coming back to the Steelers. They're not entirely convinced he's coming back to play football at all. I'll let Sharon Frogers take this one first. What the hell do the Steelers do? I mean, they cannot let this hang out until June again, or whatever the hell it was last year. They need an answer from him like now. What? So what?
Apparently, Rodgers can't give them one. So
no, it's what happens when you go to a darkness retreat in Borneo.
Yeah, rumor has it that it could be months before he decides.
See, and again, if it's me, I'm sorry, Aaron. I'm not giving you that. You tell us now or move on, dude.
We're not waiting. Let's see what happens.
Right.
If you decide you want to play again, let's see where we're at.
Let us know. That's right. Let us know. We'll see where we're at. I mean, we Scarps, we know what we got. We got, Mason Rudolph. We've got Will Howard, which means we've got to bring in somebody.
I just the guy is fucking, he's going to be 43 years old.
Yeah.
He has already shown that he doesn't want to get hit anymore.
Nope.
He does not have legs. I mean, he has legs, but you get what I'm saying.
Now that would be
have
quite
legs.
a feet.
He's not Lieutenant Dan, all right? He's got fucking legs.
Lieutenant Dan.
But and you can't no, Mason Rudolph is not a good football player. He's not the worst. He's not the best. But holy fuck! I saw Kent Graham play quarterback. If they said, you know what, we're gonna build up the other positions, and hey, Mason and Will, fucking. Ooh, dude, that might be
Serpico. That's
that
pretty
might
good.
be the best compliment you've ever
It
given me.
is.
Thank you so much. Oh my god.
Did you ever see it?
Beard.
Oh, I've seen fucking Al Pacino. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
great, fucking
Outstanding.
great movie.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my god. My nipples got a little bit hard.
He's cutting diamonds.
There we go. But is the worst case, I'm not rooting for him to lose, but let's just say they give Mason and Will Howard, they battle it out for QB1. And okay, if Mason wins QB1, then Will Howard's done. And then if
think.
Will Howard wins, okay, let's see what he has. And if he sucks ass, well, Mason Rudolph's gonna be like, well, I got nothing else to do, so let me, And if they go 7-10, who gives a shit? I don't
What if
see
they go
how
6-11,
even
5-12, maybe.
But like Mark Malone, I don't understand how you could say Rodgers makes us a contender.
Well, what
did
what
you
does
not
that
watch,
mean though?
Did you not watch last season?
I don't think he watched him play the middle of the year. I think he missed that.
But what does contender mean? Does that mean when?
I was at that Green Bay
round
game
again.
I was at the Green Bay game when I thought that Rodgers was going to have something to prove to his former team, and he was fucking terrible. He wasn't like pretty bad. He was fucking awful.
Excellent point, Robert. Excellent point.
I hoped that they would bench him and put Mason in by about the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, like I don't see how you could think he makes you a contender in what capacity.
I don't know, dude.
Well, okay. I don't believe, Ian. I don't believe that Mike McCarthy would go into an NFL football season. He's in. I don't know where Burner is, but I don't think Mike McCarthy would go into a season with either Will Howard or Mason Rudolph as his quarterback. They've got to have another guy in mind here, don't they?
I hope it's not Kyler or Tua. That would be dumb as shit.
Oh, God, no. Or Anthony Richardson.
No argument.
Anthony Richardson wants a trade, by the way.
Well, there was
of course he does.
Yeah. I would take Malik Willis over those two.
He's not coming here.
No, I'm not. I don't think he is either. But I would take him over Kyler Murray or
Tua. Yeah.
No,
we're probably gonna wind up with like
Russ.
No, he's not coming back. No, I was gonna say we'll probably wind up with like Mac Jones or something.
Well,
I don't think so.
The
Niners
don't want to
trade
out
him
today. Said we don't want to trade him, and if we do, we're gonna get some compensation.
They don't want to trade him, and so that's not. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. And Kirk Cousins is apparently going back to Minnesota.
That's what that looks like as well. This Tanner McGee stuff. Okay, the kid.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. You're correct. As long as we have a 2,500 yard rusher,
yeah.
Well,
Aaron Rodgers absolutely makes us a contender.
Yeah, we'll just go get Derrick Henry and we'll all be fine.
That dude was a free agent. Not signing him was fucking stupid.
Yeah. No, Branson's sloppy seconds. Welcome to the show, by the way, buddy. They want a second for Mac. Yeah, I'm not giving up a second for Mac Jones. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. And again, Tanner McGee has done some really nice things in mop-up duty. He's done some nice things in the preseason.
He looks really good in the preseason versus a bunch of backups.
You know who else did? Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. He looked pretty amazing.
He looked fantastic.
Actually, I mean, let's be fair. Mason Rudolph looks pretty good in the preseason.
Well,
like Kenny Pickett.
Scarps. Yeah, Kenny Pickett had the greatest preseason of all time.
Yeah, that's right.
We know this.
Preseason. I forgot about that. We'll revisit these topics and many more, but I want to get on to the reason many of you are here tonight, and that is the Blitzies.
To watch us drink.
Welcome to the 2026 Blitzies, everybody. Again, these are, shall we say, some serious, maybe some not. So let's just get it started. Number one. Again? Oh, well, believe me, we're just going to experience this for the first time together. The most valuable player not named Kenneth Gainwell. Ben, I'll go with you first.
I am going to go with Cam Hayward. Believe it or not.
All right.
Because I think that TJ having a not great year put Cam in a position where he had to keep that unit together. And frankly, the defense wasn't great this year, but they won more games than the offense did. Let's put it this way. They won more games than the offense lost.
Yeah. Scarps, who is your most valuable player not named Kenneth Gainwell?
As much as I just shit on him, but it's sad that I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
The dude just runs him over with a bus and then names him in the MVP outside of Kenneth Gainwell.
But like,
you're not wrong though. I
but-
understand where you're going.
you
I
know,
couldn't do
that-
that.
but that doesn't mean he's good.
Yeah. No, I get it. Ian, who's your selection?
The quarterback play is that important. So, I mean, you have a
It
point.
is. It is.
Yeah, Chris Boswell. He made 9 field goals of 50+ yards.
Great
he was
pick.
9 for 11 from over 50 yards.
Yeah, but he
Like,
mixed some extra points and he missed some short ones. And
he
Bozzy
did.
didn't have a great year.
not by his standards, but
No.
still, I mean, when you look at salvaging points on drives and keeping us in games, Boswell, of guys not named Kenneth Gainwell, Boswell had the biggest contribution.
Yeah, no, I love that pick. That's kind of where I was headed to. I was going to say Boswell as well, and it makes total sense to me. The T-Ball Award in honor of the player who participated but really didn't do much. Scarps, you're up first.
I did not prepare for any of these, so forgive
No,
me.
that was kind of the idea.
Oh man. This is really yeah.
This is a layup,
Can I go?
man.
Can I
Come on.
go?
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead,
go.
Ian.
Johnny
Somebody.
Smith, absolutely.
Yeah, there
Johnny
it is.
Smith is the
Okay.
layup here.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's who I had in mind when I wrote the question.
I'll go. I'm gonna go with Caleb Johnson, and I say that because I know Ben hates fantasy football, but the pre-draft rankings had Caleb Johnson as the Steelers RB1, and
Yeah.
there are fucking people that literally took him in pick number 50 to 60.
Yes.
And he was his biggest play this year was not knowing the kickoff rules. So
Right. Yeah. Oh, Dom's in there with a banger. Johnny Smith at the running back
Yeah.
position. Yeah.
Scored
yeah.
a touchdown from there.
You did. You
did.
did. Ben, who would be your T-Ball Award winner?
Roman Wilson.
Roman might be the answer to several categories.
Yeah, Roman got a helmet every once in a while, but didn't do shit in games.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Man can't block. What's the
Scarps,
fuck?
we got your answer, didn't we?
yeah, Caleb Johnson.
Gotcha. Yeah, Caleb. Okay.
yours,
Next
Mark?
up is the Robert Woods Award in honor of the player who should have gone on with his life's work 2 years
Again,
ago.
a slam dunk. This is easy.
That's Chuck Knowles' way of saying it's time to move on to not playing football, kids. I'm sorry, Ben. Who did you say?
I said this is easy, but it's not my turn.
All right, Ian.
Darius Slay.
Good.
Excellent pick.
I don't know about 2
Excellent.
years ago, but definitely this year.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Scarps, who did you have?
This is a good one.
I had 3 people for this, but I got to go first, so I went with my number one choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Adam Thielen.
Wow. No, Thielen actually made a contribution. Like, Thielen had one job, get open on third downs, and he did, and he kept moving the chains.
I was gonna say Marquez Valdez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marquez
Yeah.
Valdez
Yeah.
Scantling. That's
Yeah.
the slam dunk. It's like, dude, why are you on the team? Why do you have a helmet? Because Aaron Rodgers likes you.
He's
no
my
other
friend.
reason.
He had more touchdowns than Adam Thielen.
Yeah, Ben, was he also your guy?
MVS.
MVS. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
fuck.
Let me move on here. The Double Bubble Award in honor of the team's best special teams player, Ben.
Boz all the way. I mean,
Okay.
it's not even. I mean, come on.
All right. Yeah. Scarps.
I'm gonna go, and I know he didn't have the best, but Corliss Waitman, he had almost 42 yards net per punt.
Yeah.
I believe that's a Steelers single season record. I know he didn't have but like
No, there was some bad ones in there.
I mean, the guy's 30 years old. Like, he probably shouldn't even be on a fucking team, and the dude was fucking banging him left and right. So good for him.
Ian, who do you got?
Just to add to Ryan's point about Corliss Waitman,
Yeah.
doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but he had some really good saves on holds that there were bad snaps.
Yeah,
on
good
for
That's
point.
a
Boz.
great point.
Yeah. So I know I picked Boz for my team MVP, but I'm going Ben Skoranek. That dude had an awesome year on.
He did have a
special
good
teams.
year. He did a good year.
Yeah, he was going to be my guy as well, and I think that leads me back when I was writing these up. Was thinking about Miles Killebrew, who we obviously didn't have most of the year. Curious to see what he brings back.
He's a free agent.
He is, isn't he? Yeah, and he's God. How old is he? He's got to be 30?
Early 30s.
Yeah,
But the injury pretty significant. I don't know. We'll see. If he comes back, it's going to be like a vet minimum deal, in my opinion.
Agreed. Let's move on to the AB or Antonio Brown Award in honor of the player who needs to get off social media.
God,
Sharps, I think you're up first.
there are so many.
This is gonna piss people off, and I don't care.
It's the off season. Nobody watches this show.
I'm gonna tell you who needs to get off social media. Fucking Cam Hayward.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
That isn't where I was going to go with it, but yeah.
He knows better.
Definitely stop these gaslighting podcasts.
But he
that's for sure.
he needs a media career when he's done, dude.
Probably already got it. Ian, who do you have for the AB award?
I had Cam Hayward as well because I extended it to podcasts beyond just social media.
Fair.
Honorable mention to Patrick Queen too.
Yeah.
Honorable.
Okay.
PQ was my pick.
Yeah, he was
Dude
mine
needs
too.
to shut the fuck up. Stop searching for your name and responding, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? People didn't even fucking at you in their tweet, and you're responding to it.
No,
dude, shut up.
That's
you need to destroy your just.
That was
your
the
account needs to go. You need to kill your Twitter.
The early days of Google when people were Googling themselves. Don't search yourself, man. Come on. Yeah, that's who I would have gone with as well.
That's some fucking
Mike Mitchell.
Mike Mitchell did that to me and blocked me because I talked about the fact that he was strong safety playing free safety, and he blocked me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean he was. But fucking Mark Madden does that shit.
He does. He does.
Goddamn day. He's
the Claude Rains Award in honor of the player who disappeared the most in 2025. Now, first of all, for our younger viewers, do you know who Claude Rains was?
The Invisible Man.
Yes. He was the actor who played the Invisible Man
back
in the
Bacon.
1930s.
That's Hollow Man.
Yeah, that's a different Invisible.
He was invisible.
Yeah, the Claude Rains. Yeah. Let's see. I think I'm back to Ben on this one.
The Claude Rains Award in honor of the player who
disappeared the most in 2025.
This is going to make Scarpino so fucking happy. It's TJ Watt. It is, man.
That's fair.
Like the dude in big moments didn't deliver this year. I'm sorry, TJ. Nope. We love you.
We do.
You've given us so much joy over the years, but
he has.
2025 was not your year, buddy.
Scarps, is that who you were going to roll with?
No.
Aaron Rodgers?
No. It's the guy that they traded for and gave him the biggest contract in Steelers history.
DK.
And got suspended in the last 2 games of the season because he couldn't just fucking ignore some loser fan in the stands. DK Metcalf, the fucking absolute fucking letdown of the year.
He crossed my mind when I wrote this. I'm not lying. Yeah. Ian, who do you have?
So I'd initially thought about Caleb Johnson just because, as Ryan mentioned earlier, with the preseason hype versus what he actually did and literally disappeared because he didn't even get a helmet.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with I'm gonna go actually with Kyle Duggar because he looked really good when he showed up, but then completely started blowing coverages at the end of the year to the point where they benched him in favor of Chuck Clark, who sucks ass.
Yeah.
And like how bad do you have to be to
like
get benched for Chuck
We're in
Clark?
trouble. Exactly. We're in trouble at fucking strong safety.
Oh, Chuck Clarkson.
Yeah, so I'll go with Kyle Duggar.
Freak and I
That's
are on the
fair.
same wavelength. I was actually, and I don't mean this as a dig towards Muth. I was going to say Muth because it's not that he disappeared; it's that they disappeared him.
That's true.
And
Good point.
until every week, if we were behind, oh well, we better get Muth on the field and start throwing to him. You know, look, I've always said I think he's a nice tight end. He's never going to be a great tight end, but I felt like he got jobbed this year.
Well, he did.
Yeah, you know.
For
so.
Jonnu Smith, who, what does he do?
Oh, man, what a disappointment that was.
I mean, yeah.
Next is the Pete Hedgeseth Award for Best Defensive Player.
Pete Hedgeseth Award? Really?
Because he's the Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of War.
Yeah.
This is
Actually.
fucking stupid. Anyway, well, who's
I actually
going?
have an answer for this because I prepared.
Ian, go.
All right, Nick Herbig.
Yeah.
I picked Herbig because, all right, let me go through the stat line here. 7.5 sacks, which was second on the team.
Yep.
1 interception, which the leaders on the team had 2. So he was 1 behind them. 3 forced fumbles, which was tied for first. 3 passes defended, tied for 10th.
Then there's something about snap count.
13 tackles for loss, which is second on the team. 18 quarterback hits, third on the team. And he had half the snaps that TJ Watt did.
Knew it.
So, yeah, he was basically top 5 in every, impact play category.
That's
while having half the snaps.
I'm convinced, man. Good job, Ian.
The only issue I have with Herbie is he still isn't great at stopping the run.
No,
like
that's
his
his
run around blocks. Like
he got better this year. He's not Highsmith, but he got better.
He's still not setting the edge. He's running around the blocker,
right,
and making
he's trying to rely on his quickness.
He's shooting the gap and making the tackle. He's running around the blocker and making the tackle. Yeah. He's not a stack and shed guy, and that's the problem.
Yeah, Scarps, who's your guy?
This is a surprise.
Uh-oh.
But it's the fucking truth.
Chuck Clark?
Deshaun Elliott.
That's true. Yeah, they were he was really good for the 5 games he played.
I think the fact that
5 games
when he went out,
it hurt him bad.
Major noticeable. Yeah. Ben, did we get your guy? I'm sorry.
No, we didn't. And you guys are all gonna hate this, and I don't give a shit. It was Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, it's a good pick. It was my number 2 pick, actually.
He got better as the year went on. I'll give him that.
No. The dude,
thought he did.
He still gets a lot of penalties, but he does not allow big plays. He does not allow touchdowns. He's still too grabby, but he still makes a lot of plays, and that's the kind of guy you need on defense. Like, he needs to clean up his game and hone his profession a bit more, But the dude, he's still a young player, and he's really fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Real quick, someone Mark Malone made a comment earlier that Tomlin isn't here anymore. I want to see how Joey Porter Jr. does without a Mike Tomlin defense.
I think that's a very fair thing to.
No, I don't, because most of the time he's on an island anyway. It doesn't mean shit.
Well, but I was going to preface that by saying we got to see what Patrick Graham's going to do with him first. But I am curious.
I think it's really about how his position coach coaches him.
Oh,
because
no question.
Again, most of the time those guys on the edge are on an island.
Yeah. Well, I'll write this down and come back to it for another show. But I think Scarps has just piqued up an interesting question for me. I'll come back to it next week, maybe. The Mel Gibson Award for Best Offensive Player.
Most offensive player.
Well, it's best, but since Mel Gibson apparently is very offensive.
He's kind of a dick and doesn't care.
He sure as fuck is.
That was like 15 years ago.
Well,
it's still true now. He's still the guy.
He's still a jackass.
He gives no fucks.
See, I took this as a reference to like the Patriot and Braveheart, where he was like on the offensive all the time. But okay,
Thank you.
You can do that.
I mean, the guy.
I'm okay with that.
The guy gets drunk a little. He gets drunk. He says sugar tits, and everyone hates him. I mean, he said some other shit too. I'm not gonna lie, but
he did a lot of shit, dude.
There were some items in there.
There were some anti-Semitic rants, and
which obviously I don't condone. But I mean, he said
did you know
sugar
the Jews
tits.
were responsible for all the evils in the world.
I mean, he said
Like,
sugar
really,
tits,
dude?
which resonated
hold
with
on a
me.
minute.
So.
Welcome in, Grim Reaper. How many points on that buck? Holy shit! I can't.
Holy
Wow.
fuck!
It's kind of small, but well done.
Whitetail.
My goodness, yeah, that's a beautiful deer right there.
That's
let's
some
see.
good eating, is what that is.
Oh yeah, give me a
it
little
is.
venison.
I had venison burgers tonight for dinner. They were
Outstanding.
fantastic.
Look at that. Love it.
Damn, Ian.
Love it. Ian didn't even invite Scarps over. What a shame.
That's all right.
Yeah, a lot of
Very
people in the chat saying Kenny G. I mean, yeah, I think it's kind of a no-brainer.
Washington was my pick, but
Washington.
I agree.
Great pick.
It's Washington.
Yeah.
I actually
Like,
think it. Sorry,
go ahead.
Good. I would have voted Jalen Warren. He did not get like he got more touches, but I don't think he got enough touches in the red zone. And I think that was because it was a trust factor with Rodgers.
No, it was a weird thing. It was a weird dynamic where he got all the yards between the 20s. And then when they got into the red zone, they yanked him. And I don't know if it was a trust factor thing with, but it was just
it's fair. It's fair.
Maybe
Who was that
thing with Arthur Smith? But it was like they pulled him then, which to me, I agree with you, it didn't make any sense. Although I will say one thing about Jalen last year, I felt like he took a step back as a pass blocker in 2025. He was far better as a pass protector before that. And maybe they didn't trust him as much as a result. I don't know.
Could be. Yeah. Ian, you said Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And Scarps, who did you have?
I said Jalen Warren.
Jalen, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mentioned in the chat why I picked Washington. So
I like Washington as well because he was so surprising. Like he didn't obviously try to like make anybody miss. But
no, he just
as
tried
a blocker,
to kill people. Yeah.
As a blocker, he was very good.
Yeah.
And as a tight end with the ball in his hand that you can't tackle, he was very good. So yeah, it was fun to watch.
Well, and to that point, Ben, I mean, have you ever seen? I mean, obviously we have, but I'm trying to think of somebody who, when the ball got in their hands, everybody paid attention. I mean, the crowd immediately was like, "Holy shit, he's got the ball! Holy shit, who's he going to kill?
Yeah.
Who's he going to run over?" You know, I mean, it was
Washington
just
and honestly, DK, both of those guys.
Yeah,
when DK actually caught the fucking ball, like you were like, okay, here we go, he's going to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, defenses were like, okay, the only receiving threat you really have is DK. We're going to take him away and just bracket him the entire season. So that made things difficult. But, you know, both of those guys, I agree with you. When they caught the ball, you were like, oh, shit. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Time to get your popcorn. Let's move on. The Absent Father Award in honor of the player who is most likely not coming back in 26. I had an absent father, so I could do that.
Oh,
me too.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys.
Shit happens, you know.
Didn't mean to trauma.
We're Gen X. It happens.
I tried to find the positive, Scarps. It's okay.
All right.
I think there's going to be a surprise. I don't know who it is yet, but I keep getting this vibe.
I mean,
that you know.
look, you've got a brand new coaching staff. You have new philosophies. There will be surprises. Like there will be guys that just don't fit anymore.
Yeah.
When Mike Tomlin came in, Joey Porter was gone, for example. And it wasn't like Joey was a bad player then. He went to Miami and got 20 sacks one season.
Yeah.
You know, so shit's going to happen. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Does anybody have a name in particular?
I really wanted to pick Jalen Ramsey for this because I hope he's not back, but I think he will be. So my kind of surprise pick is Isaac Seumalo because I don't think he'll be back, even though they probably should re-sign him.
Isaac? Okay. I mean, he probably won't be. I agree with you, but it's because he's an aging vet.
Yeah. He sounds like he's going to have some demand on the market. I just wonder what the Steelers.
He played really well last season.
Yeah, his numbers were very good. Pass rate and all that stuff, blocking rate. Scrubs, did I get an answer from you on this one?
No.
He only got an answer from Ian so far.
Okay.
I'll go Kenny G, and I said this on the show. I think he's played himself into a nice payday.
Yeah, I do too.
And I'm going to be real about it. Kenny G definitely benefited from Rodgers checking down a lot.
No doubt.
And, I got no problem with a guy who wants to, he's only 26. So it's not probably his final contract, but
could be his biggest.
But this could be that opportunity. And honestly, there's a guy,
and there's some teams that I think New Orleans would be a team that would love to have him down there.
Yeah, here's a guy.
Here's a guy. Ben, did you give us your absent father award?
I didn't, and I think that player will be Cam Hayward.
Okay. Well, there it is. We know what you think. If
I think it'll be Cam, and I think that he will either be cut or traded. And I when I say cut, it'll be because he asked for a trade. He asked for his piece. And the Steelers will say, okay, you've been here for a long time, you've been a loyal soldier, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Choose the team you go to. We understand. We'll give you your release if that's what you want. But that's what I see happening, and it kind of sucks because honestly, again, he's their best defensive lineman, even at 36 years old, which is pathetic.
It is, but
on the Steelers' part.
Yeah. Freecast, did the Steelers overhaul their scouting department? To my knowledge, it is largely intact.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is. They'll bring in some guys. They'll bring in some other guys because you got a new coach. But Weidl still runs the scouting.
He does, and
they're his guys.
Yep. Bruner's still the guy out west.
Yeah. The scouting department falls under football operations, which is different than the coaching staff. True. So the scouting department, I mean, if you wanted to think of it like your, pyramid structure of a corporation,
good analogy.
You have
of an Amway.
Yeah. But you have like your head coach is over the coaching staff of the team, and your GM Omar Khan and Andy Weidl are over the football operations staff, which is the scout, which includes scouting. So no, scouting has not changed because that's basically the same.
The Mr. Irrelevant Award in honor of the former player who is desperate for attention on social media.
It's another slam dunk choice.
This is going to I don't know that it is. Like
there are 3 weeks ago, I would have said slam dunk. Now I'm not so sure.
There are so many.
Yeah. Ben, go ahead.
James Harrison.
Wow.
Going at Debo. Wow.
That was some fucked up shit, Debo. That was some fucked up shit, dude. You obviously have been holding that inside for a dozen years and needed to get it off your chest, aiming it at a guy who, like Porter said, helped you. Mm-hmm. He didn't earn you all those accolades, as you pointed out, I agree.
Yeah.
That was your
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
You did it. You went out there. You performed. But that guy recognized your abilities and put you in a position to be successful. And for you to fucking do that publicly, that is some fucking serious ingratitude. So I have no issue whatsoever with Porter going after you publicly. That was fucked up, dude. And you know better. You're a grown-ass man.
Okay.
You
All
know
right.
better.
Scarps, who's your Mr. Irrelevant award?
So I just want to say, Ben, I actually agree with you on that. I that was very, for those listening, I don't always compliment Ben, but no, that was very, very well said. I'm gonna say that this is gonna piss some people off too. And I didn't know the guy, I didn't work with the guy,
Right.
but fucking Zach Banner, like like, dude, nobody gives a fuck.
No.
Like, no, and like
That's
people
who I
wa-
was going with.
you know,
We
people
know
wa-
you banged somebody's wife, and good for you. But
people
come on, man.
want to be like, oh,
No,
you're
that's
the
Zach
fucking,
Banner. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm mixing my
no,
never mind.
not
Yeah,
Zach,
you-
not
Zach
Zach
Banner.
Andrews.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
say.
Zach
Yeah.
Banner is
Thinking of a different
is-
Zach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. And Zach, you're right. Is doing the he's standing on a chair going, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Fucking,
You're right. You're right.
all the
Ryan.
fucking time on Twitter, people are like, oh, nobody gives a shit what the former PR specialist me
Right.
has to say. Okay, cool. Well, nobody gives a shit what Zach Banner has to say either. Like, you know.
All right.
And I actually supported him because he supported Ben in that instance. But
Yeah.
like, dude, nobody gives a fuck. Like,
No, he was irrelevant as soon as he was no longer Mr. Eligible, so to speak. Ian, who do you got?
Braden Fajoko.
Ah,
He was here for like
yes.
30 seconds.
Yes.
Wait a
and-
minute. Wait a minute. Shouldn't we have gone back and you named him that for the guy, the Steelers player who should get off Steelers off social media?
No, I said Cam Hayward for who should go off social media
Right.
because I expanded it to podcast too.
but that
why
this
not?
one is
Why not
former
name
player.
Braden Fajoko for that?
No, this is former player.
Right.
This dude, he tweets all the fucking
He
time.
doesn't stop, man.
He does not stop. And he is desperate for attention.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff he says is just like you can tell he is just mining for clicks.
No doubt. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
You guys just picked three great choices there. The Abe Lincoln Award for the most honest interview in the locker room.
You didn't tell us who your pick was.
Oh, I would have picked Fajoko. I would have gone with what did Scarp say?
Zach Banner.
Zach Banner was I was thinking, any of those. Yeah.
James, Ben, I respect what you said, and you're absolutely right about Harrison. But James Harrison actually won shit. Like Fajoko and Banner never won anything.
It doesn't
And
mean
they're
anything. It doesn't
Running
matter.
their mouth about
It's the guy who does the most ridiculous shit, embarrassing himself online.
Uh-oh,
And
Jamie
I'm
coming
sorry.
in.
James,
Stories on Fajoko.
James is taking it and running with the fuck. He's taking the ball and running away with it. I'm embarrassed for James. I'm watching this going, dude.
I mean, my thing is, why in the hell didn't Porter say something to Ben when they were being enshrined in the Hall of Honor? I mean, if you got such a
100%
problem with
agree
him, then
with
why
you.
wouldn't you say something?
I agree with you. And if you have a problem with a guy, it's like Scarf said last week. You can't tell me Joey doesn't have Ben's fucking number and couldn't call him and be like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? And honestly, again, going back to last week, what Ben said wasn't that big a deal. I don't think. A lot of people were saying it at the time.
I don't either.
A lot of people. And he went so far as to say, I love the guy. I respect his coaching. I appreciate him. But maybe it's time. And that was, again, during the season. It wasn't after the season. It was during it.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep. So the Abe Lincoln Award. Who's your best or most honest locker room interview? Scarps?
Oh man.
Slam dunk.
It's so like I need to give a little background before I
Oh.
say this. I don't want to be. I know Ben gives me shit because but it's so different now than it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, when I worked there, they had multiple open locker room sessions. Their availability and their responsibilities were totally different. So
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
it's very hard for me to say. It's very hard for me to say, like, who is the most real, who's the most authentic, because now it's so was it regimented or is the
Yeah,
right word, but like
structured.
it is. It's
Yeah.
like it's you don't have access like you used to. And I'm gonna I'm gonna go back to Rodgers, and because yeah, he said some shit that annoyed me, but also like he talked about, you know, not getting too high or too low in the midst of a season,
Mhm.
and he wasn't wrong. He wasn't. Now, I mean, did he die against the Houston Texans? Yes, but they, you know, I think Rodgers was about as honest as he possibly could have been. Even though I didn't agree with him when he was telling people to shut the hell up about Mike Tomlin and other
Yeah.
things, but I think he was the most honest person in that locker room.
Okay. All right. Ian, you're Abe Lincoln Award winner.
I also went with Aaron Rodgers for saying that Jonnu Smith sucked.
You're an asshole.
Point blank. All right. Very
That's right. I
good.
mean, he basically said, I mean,
Okay.
he didn't say it. He didn't say he sucked, but he's like, Jonnu did the wrong thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a
he did.
professional, and I know he's mad about it, blah, blah, blah. But he basically said that Jonnu Smith fucked up and was.
No,
and
you're
sucked.
right. You're
So,
right.
Yeah.
Ben, who's your Abe Lincoln Award winner?
This is easy. It's Patrick Queen.
That's who I was going with.
I mean, I talked earlier about some things I didn't appreciate about Patrick Queen.
Right.
But when it comes to honesty,
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
you know, the dude is as authentic as it comes, and won't tell any lies. Like when they played like shit, he's like, "We played like
Yeah.
shit. We were
Yeah.
terrible."
I
You
know.
know?
I agree. I
When
appreciate
he
him
was
being
terrible,
forward.
he said, "I was terrible." So, yeah, him.
Yeah, I agree. The Mr. Clean Award for the player whose uniform never got dirty.
Oh, these are easy.
Ben, go for it.
Roman Wilson.
Yeah, this one was just. This is like I set the ball right on the tee for you guys. Scarps, are you
Or
also
can
a
go Caleb
Roman Williams?
Johnson if you want.
Well, that's also true. Scarps, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. I'll stick with Roman Wilson. That's fine.
Okay, Ian.
Can I give it to two people or give like co-honorable mentions here?
Sure, why the
All
hell
right,
not?
I'll
It's
go
our
with-
show. We do whatever
All
we
right,
want.
yeah, Chuck Clark and Asante Samuel Jr. because they both got on the field, but never really got on the ground because they didn't actually tackle anybody.
Samuel wasn't that bad.
Did anybody
Samuel
use your
blew a
gear.
couple coverages, so
is Juan Thornhill eligible?
Why the hell not?
Jog Thornhill, yeah,
Mr.
but-
Historic.
But yeah, Chuck Clark really, yeah.
Well, my guy, and hopefully Aaron's still watching, Will Howard.
Oh shit!
Literally
yeah,
played
sure.
0 snaps.
I don't know
yeah.
how many times he actually put a uniform on this season, but hey, you know what? It was nice
Yeah.
and clean. Holy shit. Do I have any more? I think I do. The Shart Award in honor of the season's biggest surprise.
Shart Award.
Yeah, you know, when you shart and it's like,
Yeah, I know. Really? Is this like a bad surprise or a good surprise?
This
It can be
sounds like a
whatever you
bad
want it to
surprise,
be,
but-
Ben. Whatever you want it to be.
Jesus.
Yeah, you know, Freak said Caleb Johnson. I think
Wow.
that's a good choice.
So,
I'm gonna
I'll-
go with
Okay,
Johnny
go.
Smith as the Shart Award winner because he was a horrible surprise.
I've hurt Aaron's feelings.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Howard
Aaron,
deserves
get over
better
it. It's
than-
fine. Howard's not good.
I'm just glad Aaron's still watching.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go a different direction with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna say actually a good surprise. Yes. Because in the preseason, going back to last year, I said, and I'm holding myself accountable for this.
Okay.
Here. I said that James Pierre is a nice special teams player, but if he has to play snaps on defense, you're absolutely fucked. And James Pierre proved me wrong. He came out and played really, really good on defense. So good that actually they were able to cut Darius Slay, who was terrible. So I'm going to go with James Pierre because he surprised me in a good way. And yes, Jamie, you're correct. A short is never a good surprise. But James Pierre surprised me so much by improving himself. And I respect what he said in his interview after the Bengals game that, last year he was horrible in the Bengals game. And he said, I took that game to heart. I went back and watched the film and saw what I could do better. And I tried to just be better. And he made a game-saving play against the Bengals with that pass breakup down the middle of the field. So I'm going with James Pierre because he shocked me with how much he improved this year.
Scarps, who was your Shart Award winner? I can't even say it without laughing.
And it's not because it's his fault, but I thought Muth was going to have a monster year. I tweeted it. I really just and I still think he was productive. I mean, he had
given the number of snaps he had, he was productive.
He had the longest yards per reception of his career. I don't like. He must have not had nudes of Arthur Smith.
Like everybody else did.
So he wasn't best buddies with Aaron Rodgers.
And
which is odd because in the preseason we thought they were getting along quite swimmingly.
So that was not a good surprise. But I do feel for Muth, and I hope that and usually I'm not all about charity, but I think the dude's been a pretty good Steeler. So
yeah, no doubt. Anyone else there? The Shart Award.
We got any awards left or no?
I think this is it.
All right. Well, Casey.
That's
somebody has to take a leak. Give me a second.
All right. We can go ahead. We're going to let Casey relieve himself, which is unusual for a dead guy. But yes, Dylan Cook was a very nice surprise. I mean, now.
Why didn't we talk about Dylan Cook?
Well, because we were having a little bit of fun tonight versus actual.
we if you called it something good as opposed to a Shart Award, we would have gone, okay, well, who's the surprise? Dylan Cook was absolutely the most pleasant surprise on this team this season because I don't know about you guys. I was like, Jesus Christ, they're starting a practice squad guy at left tackle.
Does he have an honest opportunity to win that job?
Yeah, new coaching staff, absolutely. Yeah,
okay, I think so, 100%. He's got a lot of tape where he played pretty well. He didn't play great.
Feet. I mean, the guy was a former quarterback, wasn't he?
I thought he was a tight end. Was he a quarterback?
I thought he was a quarterback when he came into Montana or Montana State or something like that, and then just kept getting bigger and bigger. If I remember correctly,
I don't know, but the dude played. He played really well by comparison to expectations. 100, he really did, and I don't think you can discount him. And part of it is Broderick Jones just doesn't have that competitive, intense desire to be great. He's not that guy. He just goes out there and he's like, yeah, I'm just playing. I just want to be part of it. I just want to be part of the team. He doesn't want to be the guy. If he wanted to be the fucking guy, I think he'd be better. But he doesn't. He wants to be part of the unit, but he doesn't want to be the man, which is why they're like, okay.
David David Pollock had some interesting comments today. Former Georgia Bulldog, and he played with the Bengals and had a bad neck injury and stuff, which kind of ended his career. But he, for those of you the kids that play the NCAA video game, he's on there as one of the people that call the games and stuff. But he had some interesting comments about offensive line play yesterday or today.
It's terrible.
That it is lacking in anybody, just as you were talking about. There's really nobody that wants to get after it anymore.
We've been talking about this shit for years. Part of it, the majority of it, is the fact that the CBA is written such that it limits the amount of practice hours that guys can have with their coaches, and offensive linemen are coming in less and less prepared to play in the NFL.
You look at these passing attacks. I mean, they very seldom have to get down.
It's always a spread offense.
Yep.
It always is. So guys are coming in less and less prepared to play at the NFL level, and coaches don't have time to develop guys. So it takes longer.
Yeah.
And the level of offensive line play has gotten shittier and shittier over the years. As a result,
I don't disagree.
And guys will even hire coaches in the offseason to coach them up. Yeah. It's still shitty. It still isn't good. So I don't know what the answer is, but yeah, people have been talking about this for years, and no question, Broderick, and even the Steelers. The rumor last year was the Steelers really like Broderick Jones. They really like his ability. They think that he's a good human being. They just wish that he had more desire. I mean, they wish he took football more seriously.
He was playing okay before he got that neck injury. I mean,
he was playing okay, but he was getting by on natural ability.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy who is talented enough that he could be dominant. Like, he could be if he developed his craft. But he just doesn't seem to have that desire.
Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, Ian.
That sounds a lot like another guy from Georgia named Jones that we picked in the first round too. That he was a really nice guy, but just didn't have that desire. Right. Like that's what they said about Jarvis Jones, too, right?
That was part of it with
Jarvis Jones. Yes.
Yeah. But the other half of it was this. When we thought that Jarvis Jones was going to be an ass kicker who would be able to convert speed to power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He could not.
Nope.
He had speed, but he did not have power. Mm-hmm. When he met a left tackle who had power, he was fucked.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not playing and didn't have a very long career.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me turn it over to the late, great Mr. Casey Kasem as we approach 90 minutes on this program.
Jesus.
Welcome in, Casey.
Casey's Coast to Coast, American Top 40. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the week that was February 19th, 1983. Our favorite correspondent and non-ball knower Ryan is back with us again this week, and he writes, Dear Casey, normally I begin my letters with a parody of a song that's been stuck in my head, similar to the image I have stuck in my head from when I saw Pamela Anderson naked for the first time. But tonight I'm going to share a story, and Casey, this story is true.
Oh.
On February 7th, 2026, we lost a Pittsburgh icon, Dom DeSilvio, who owned the legendary Oakland bar, which was called the Decade, and it was located at the corner of Atwood and Synod Streets on the University of Pittsburgh campus, which is, of course, where Steelers head coach Mike McCarthy coached from 1988 to 1992, and the same university that produced the Steelers' wasted first-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Talking about Kenny Pickett.
Oh, Oh, did he go to Pitt? I wasn't sure.
The Decade was a small but mighty venue, hosting the likes of The Police, U2, Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Pretenders, Pat Benatar, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Buddy Guy, and the Ramones,
Wow.
and a fellow by the name of Meatloaf. Casey, the story goes, Meatloaf was the main act one evening, and before the show, he wandered into the kitchen. It's don't make me laugh. Sorry.
Meatloaf wandering into the kitchen.
It sounds harmless, but one of owner Dom DeSilvio's rules was that no one was allowed in the kitchen except for the appropriate staff. So Dom comes in the kitchen, yelling and screaming at Meatloaf, "Get the fuck out of my kitchen." Meatloaf's manager says, "Dom, this is Meatloaf." And Dom proceeds to say, "I don't give a fuck if he's fettuccine Alfredo. Get him the fuck out of my kitchen." I'm gonna take a minute away
Yes,
from
please.
Casey.
Please
to
do.
say that Dom is a family friend,
Uh-huh.
and I have confirmed that story is true by multiple different people. So he literally looked at fucking Meatloaf and said, "I don't give a fuck if he's." He didn't even look at Meatloaf. Like, Meatloaf is standing here, and he looked at Meatloaf's manager and said, "I don't give a fuck if he's fettuccine Alfredo. Get them the
That's
fuck out of my kitchen."
fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
All right. So speaking of getting the fuck out of the kitchen, the latest report is that it could take Aaron Rodgers months before he decides if he wants to play this year.
Yeah.
Casey, awesome. Fucking awesome. The guy that's so old he forgets to take his back pill regularly is going to decide months from now if he wants to play quarterback for the Steelers. Hopefully by that time he'll forget a decision has to be made. And on that note, the Steelers shouldn't be allowing any player to dictate their potential participation in the black and gold in 2026. That goes for Rodgers, Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, and so on. This is a business. This isn't charity. It's time to continue making It's not time to continue making decisions based on your emotions. It's a new era of Steelers football. Now is the time to rock the Casbah.
Oh,
Well, Ryan, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars and keep your radio tuned right where it is. At number 31 this week, here's The Clash with Rock the Casbah.
Love it.
Nice.
Fantastic. Outstanding. Love the Clash. Yeah. I can hear that guy yelling that at Meatloaf too. I mean, that's funny. And by the way, we should also take a moment to give a super sky point to Mike Wagner,
Yes.
safety of the Steelers, for
76 years old. That's
for
way
Super
too young.
Bowls. Yeah, 76 is too young. And I mean, if you listen to any of the former Steelers from that era talk, they will tell you Mike Wagner's presence on that defense was like extremely important. I think me and Joe called him the quarterback of that defense at times. And, just sad, but
Exactly.
yeah.
No, he didn't say at times. He said he was the quarterback of the defense. He didn't say
Yeah.
at times.
Yeah. I mean, and just sad. He was a good one and came up with some big plays at key moments in his career too. So anyway, thanks so much, everybody. We're 90 minutes in. It's not even in season and we're going 90 minutes. But anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks Frank Walker Law. Thanks to Variety Sports Network. And of course, thanks to DEK Roofing in South Florida as well. And thanks to all of you. Please like, subscribe, become a member if you want to as well. And as always, go Steelers.
Ravens suck.
Not if they get AJ Brown.
We've had some drinks.